Alright, so before I get started talking about the video and using it to address a few complaints that I've had on the channel recently, I wanted to talk positive and just give sort of an impromptu subscriber shout out to everyone. First, I want to thank all of the recent subscribers, the massive influx of people that's occurred over the past couple weeks. And I mean, ever since the past 2 months, I've skyrocketed compared to the growth rates that I've had before, and just an overall traction and response from people on the channel. It's insane. I'm having a lot of trouble keeping up. I honestly still feel like I'm a 1,800 subscriber, 2,000 subscriber channel at this point, because over the past 2 months, things have just happened so quickly that I keep looking back. I'm like, seriously? 6,068 subscribers, even though on my channel page it says it's still only 5,945 from, a few hours ago. I mean, what? Like, I am speechless. I honestly never thought that I would ever be able to do that, and I still don't really understand why exactly. Like, I don't mean to be over critical to myself, and by proxy critical to the people who support me, but I honestly don't really see what it is specifically that is allowing me to be so successful. I mean, I've always thought that my stuff was pretty mediocre when I look back on it after a while. Not saying that I don't feel confident with my content and my ability to improve over time and adjust to constructive feedback and just improve, but honestly, all the older stuff, a lot of it, when I look back on it, I'm just like cringing at it, legitimately. So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea that I'm completely self-absorbed and I think I'm the best. For one thing, when it comes to being the best and that whole realm of thinking, I've never once tried to say I was the best at Rust, or the best at YouTube, or the best at making content, or the best at PvP, or raiding, or anything. I've never tried to claim I was the best at anything, and I never will. Because when you start thinking that way, it's a self-defeating cycle, because you just think that there's no room to improve, and there's always someone better than you, no matter what you do in life. You will constantly see that there are better people doing the same thing and taking it light years ahead of what you're doing. Even though you can eventually work up to doing some of the same things, some people are fucking masterminds. And I wouldn't necessarily call myself a mastermind, but I am confident. I've learned a lot. I have a lot of experience doing this. I've learned some really tough lessons, some valuable lessons. I understand the system for the most part, how it works, and that's part of the reason that you're finding me, and my stuff is coming up in search, because I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue what I'm doing, whether you like it or not. So when it comes to that and support, I want to thank the original subscribers from, the point when I first started. I mean, it was crazy to me, because when I first started making videos, no one knew about me, and yet there were still people that would find the stuff and reach out to me and, befriend me, play with me in game, help me make more content, and just overall support the channel. And literally, if it weren't for them, none of you would be here today. So really, when it comes down to it, it's not even my win. It's theirs. It's the original subscribers, the preliminary supporters, the people that were there from the beginning and are still there. So they deserve a ton of credit for that. And seriously, I mean, all of you new people, you have them to thank. I mean, I'm the one producing content, but it's because of them that anyone is even finding it to begin with. And I know not everyone's supportive, and not everyone has to like what I do. Like I said, I've never tried to claim the best, and I'm not arrogant to think that there's no possible way that people could ever, dislike me. And I appreciate constructive feedback, but there are people recently that will twist anything that happens, anything that's said, into some sort of way to insult you, when the same thing could be done to them. And often I've seen when you do turn it back on them, they can't handle it, and they freak out. So that being said, I've been working on my own attitude. I mean, this whole channel and everything I've done on it has been a constant lesson in self-improvement and maturing, I feel like, and trying to just keep calm in every situation. But that being said, if you are seriously full of shit, you may get a response from me calling you out on your bullshit. And that's not me being defensive. That's me calling you out on your bullshit, especially if what you're saying has a connotation or a tone or is just obviously something that is said to try and get under my skin and make me defensive and respond to you. If that's what you want to do, if you want to come to my comments section, come to my videos and just like them and start, little hate threads where you get other people that are supporting you, shooting messages back and forth, that's fine with me. You can give me all the views and the watch time and stuff while you're writing all the hateful shit you want. It's promotion ultimately. Because I don't think people really understand that unless there's something that is really, really, really bad in a person's past or history or personality, when you're negative about them, even if there's a bunch of other people that agree with you and support you and do things to try and, take them down or trash talk their name, whatever, you are still promoting them. Like, there is no bad press. Unless you are really a bad person deep down, there is no bad press. Every single thing that you can say is only promoting me. It's only helping me, even if you are negative. And videos get, bad ratios of likes to dislikes or split ratios and stuff like that. Still never been a single video with more dislikes than likes. I don't think there ever will be. And that being said, it really is a small majority of people that are negative on the channel. So ultimately, this is a celebration of positivity and the unfathomable potential that we're building here. It's still startling. I'm having trouble keeping up with it because, I play vanilla Rust a lot. That's my primary content, at least for the time being. And it's so time consuming just to get anything done. And that's part of the reason that it takes a while between raids. There hasn't been a video in the past 4 days, and that's because I've been slaving away trying to get more footage on vanilla servers for that entire time. So it's hard for me to keep up, honestly, because I've got all these opportunities now. I've got Anthomnia trying to get me into Ark to do some crazy stuff. I've got a new game that was just sent to me by some developers out of the blue. They sent me some keys and some keys for a giveaway, so there's going to be a giveaway event for that video. And hopefully a series of videos on that game. It's like a survival MMO that's in alpha still, and it actually looks pretty interesting, especially for those of you who enjoy RuneScape or RuneScape Classic in particular. It's kind of like a blend between Rust and other games and that, from what I can tell. So, that's a tangent, but I just want to explain, like, if you feel let down by me or feel like I've ignored you or anything recently, I just want you to understand that it is nothing personal. There are some people I've had to block and remove from friends because they were just doing annoying things like spamming me. I'm wet, I'm wet, I'm wet, I'm horny for you. I'm gonna rupture your asshole and shit. Literally, like, there's some guy who I think he was just trying to mess with me, saying some basically homosexual stuff to me that, like, started to creep me out and just get really annoying after a while. And it's funny because it goes to show that when chicks are legitimately harassed by creepy dudes, it is pretty unpleasant. It's not fun. It's annoying as fuck. So shout out to all the girls who've been legitimately harassed by creepy dudes. Don't want to throw you under the bus either. And that's a total tangent. But my point is, there's been so many new people recently, so many new opportunities, so many new things that I have to get in order that I'm struggling just to get the things done that I'm already behind on, like a proper subscriber shout out. In which I was going to give like a tour of my room where all the videos are made and explain some of the things that I have on my wall and how they relate to me, and just kind of give you more about myself so you can understand more of who I am and what I do, get more familiar with Mr. LOINSTAIN in person, I guess. So anyways, that will be soon. I promise you I would do that, and that's also going to be a Rust video. Because my previous in real life subscriber videos really didn't get very many views compared to how many I hope they got, just because that's much less people actually seeing them and hearing what I have to say, because I usually have some pretty pertinent things to say in my subscriber shoutouts. They're usually not just like complete mindless bullshit. I hope you didn't think this one was mindless bullshit. I know it's been already like 11 minutes that I've been talking, but screw it. It's probably going to be 20 minutes or longer in the actual video. So anyways, that'll come soon. Now I just wanted to just explain what's going on in this video if you've actually made it this far. Basically, the server that I'm on right now is the server that my friend from Bosnia, Elmino, and his buddy from Bosnia, Fox, were playing on, and I think still are playing on. And for the most part, I want to give them a huge shout out. I know that there's a language barrier between us and stuff, and I want you guys to know that you're fucking awesome. I really appreciate all the things that you've taught me and the things you've helped me accomplish. And people really like your accents and voices in the videos, so you're definitely going to be recurring characters that I go raiding with. So I hope everyone who's watching is stoked about that as well, because I'm pretty happy with it. You guys are awesome dudes, so I don't want you to think like I don't like you or something either if I'm not talking to you for a while or not responding if I'm absorbed in something I'm doing. But point being, I was with them on a vanilla server where they had a base that they were going to raid, and the population of the server was 80 people, and we were in one area for 2 hours while I was filming this raid. My clips are 2 hours long, and I'll even prove that to you right now. So basically, the point I'm trying to make here is that in that amount of time of us being in one centralized location and not going around the map, which from what I learned in survival school is actually the best way to get spotted by someone or seen if you are lost, and therefore I'm assuming it's the best way in Rust to see someone, besides actually going to like monuments and shit like that. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to twist reality here, but basically we were in one spot for all that time on an 80 pop server, and we didn't see a single fucking person for 2 hours. So what exactly does that say? What is my point? Well, my point is that the people who've been commenting and being negative and complaining about like online raiding, offline raiding, and low population on servers and stuff like that, what do you have to say to this? We were at a base raiding it, the people just happened to be offline in the base, and they didn't log in. You know, they had a 2 hour time span to maybe log in and check their base or something if there was a team of people. None of them logged in while we were raiding, and we didn't see a single person, you know, walk by and try and shoot us. So even on a server with 80 people playing, which is kind of a lot of people, I didn't even see anyone. So these complaints about, you know, offline raids and low population are just so subjective and trivial that really they mean nothing. You know, it's not constructive feedback, it's whining, because you can't propose any sort of solution, because really no solution exists. You can't force people to log into a game. And that being said, if you expect me to take it upon myself to like sit around for days maybe, or weeks, to just wait for the one time that someone logs in, or just to confirm if a base has players that will log in at one point, you're crazy. For me to keep up with the pace of trying to make videos every day or every couple days, I don't have time for that. I am not going to sit around and wait for people to be online. If they happen to be online when I raid them, that's one thing, and things unfold totally unpredictably whenever that happens. And also, the people saying that are essentially hypocrites, because I know for a fact that anyone who's raided in Rust more than one time has raided someone who is offline. One way or another, you've raided someone who is offline. So for you to come and tell me that there's something wrong with me because you see a ton of offline raids and occasionally some online raids, which do exist, if you're one of those people trying to perpetuate the myth that I have no online raids at all, please go through and actually watch every single one of my 290 videos. You will prove yourself wrong, but you're not going to do that, because it's easier to just say something that isn't true and complain. Fine, you can do that. It's fine with me. That's your freedom of speech. Anyways, I hope you understand the point I'm making there. I am not going to wait around for people to be online. I am not going to discriminate if someone is online or not. I'm going to raid whatever I see as soon as I possibly can to get it filmed for more content, because ultimately, more people like seeing me raid stuff, no matter what it is, than the people who don't like it. So I'm going to keep doing it for you guys. Plus, I enjoy it. I mean, I play the game the way I want to. And I, like I said before, have never once claimed that I was the best at PvP. I'm a fucking burglar. I'm not a soldier. Okay? And if you look at the history of my videos, you'll see, I mean, back in Legacy and shit. I mean, I was making videos before Fado82 even existed. I was making quote-unquote raid cam videos, because that's an insanely ambiguous term, by the way. No one would ever go to the lengths of thinking that a raid cam meant a spectator-like admin footage of someone's raids using no clip or whatever. And I know that stuff didn't come around until the development of the actual branch of Rust that we're currently playing. And I'm not trying to insult any of those people or anything, or demean their content. They have fucking amazing content, and that's not my point. My point is that I was making videos like that since before a lot of these really popular channels that exist now even existed. All right? I coined Raid of the Year, and I think I pretty much coined Raid of the Century as well. You know? So I'm not being cocky or overly ambitious if I title my stuff like that, you know, or if I have a shitload of raids that are offline, because you'll see that that's my track record. That's how my channel has grown and developed, because I'm a fucking burglar. I'm not a soldier. I've never once tried to be good at PvP or act like I was good at PvP. I've only done PvP because people requested it of me, and there are some situations where, you know, you see someone, you fucking shoot them. Shit happens. That being said, I actually have some pretty good PvP filmed that I will be uploading in the next video, so should definitely check that out. Anyways, I know I've kind of ranted. I've gone off on a lot of tangents here and stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know this is a long-ass commentary, but I hope that addresses some things, and I hope the people that are logical can see why some of the things that are being said are just completely like trivial and irrelevant, and are really just based on people's opinions and don't actually have a lot of impact on the game and the reality of playing the game. Because, man, you know, I don't care what you think, basically, is what I'm saying. You can be as negative as you want, you can be as positive as you want. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. And I'm happy doing it. And it's fine if you want to perpetuate myths about me not having online raids and do incredibly stupid things like click on a video that's clearly titled modded server and then complain about it not being vanilla. I mean, like, no offense to anyone out there. Like, I'm literally not trying to mean this in a derogatory, bigoted manner, but when you do that, when you come to a modded video and complain that it's not vanilla, are you actually retarded? Like, I'm serious. Are you retarded? Do you have a mental deficiency of some kind? Or do you seriously think that's a legitimate, like, complaint and insult to make? Even though, while you're watching that video, there's like 20 videos on the side showing up that are all vanilla or whatever. Or 20 of my videos showing up, like 7 of them are vanilla or whatever, right on the suggested video page. I mean, seriously? You know, but whatever. Like I said, that's not the stuff I dwell on. I just feel like every now and then we kind of have to feed the trolls a little bit and just own them with logic on the microphone. So anyways, like I said, I don't want to make this about negativity and stuff. Like, once again, I freaking love all the support. However big or small your support is, I freaking love you for it. I'm trying my damnedest to still be one of those people that can individually interact with fans and get to know each person a little bit at one point or another. But like I said, it's just becoming physically impossible with the insane amount of people. And I'd never have time to do anything else if that's what I was doing. And I wish, honestly, that I could just have a job just, like, meeting you guys and talking to you and doing that. But I have to do something to justify the fact that people think I'm popular and stuff anyways, you know, and that's making better and better videos as best I can. So I have to focus primarily on that. And the gears are finally turning for it, so, you know, a lot of stuff's developing and it's going crazy. And at this point, when it does come to Steam Friends, I think I just gotta funnel you guys into the Steam group, because the personal friendship stuff is just it's too unmanageable now. I'm really sorry. Like I want to keep doing it. I can't. I literally can't. Yeah. So, wow. I'm gonna have to edit the crap out of this commentary, and hopefully it's not too long. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. My name is DrLOINSTAIN. Comment, rate, share, subscribe. Definitely check out the links in the description to my other social networking sites like Twitter and Facebook. You can join my open admission Steam clan called Loin Squad, and you can also join me on the Curse Network, which is a good network that offers really high rates of revenue share, a very good transparent contract, and some other perks that make it worthwhile compared to a lot of other places, because I've seen a lot of people getting stuck in bad contracts with networks that don't do anything to help them when they should be. And I feel like I've actually been helped, at least to an extent, with Curse, and at the bare minimum, I'm not in a draconian agreement. It's a good, transparent agreement that can be broken at any time. No lock-in contracts. So, hopefully you'll join me on the Curse Network. Peace out.